Hello.
Hey, Bobby.
Who's calling?
Bill Stage, rock station in the Quad Cities.
Call me back in two minutes.
Bobby Blotzer, drummer for the platinum-selling band Ratt. He sounds rushed, busy, a bit annoyed. What could I have been interrupting? A photo shoot with a couple smoking hot blondes? A 2-martini lunch with some record execs, lighting up a few Cuban cigars? Nope, Bobby Blotzer was giving his dog a bath.
Dogs, cats running rampant. It's a mess.
So we reconnected, sans the wet dog, and talked while he was on his way to find new storage for the band's equipment. He's just finishing up some pretty extensive construction project.
It started out as usual, painting a little bit of paint, and $30,000 later, I'm got stacked stone. I got marble floors. I just redid everything. I went crazy. It looks amazing. I'm pretty stoked.
Ratt's been on the road for a little while now. How have the shows been?
We've been doing the 2-3 shows a week fly out scenario, which has been awesome. We go out and we play festivals and arenas and some House of Blues sized clubs. We're just very well rehearsed. I mean, the band, these guys, I can't even explain how good they are. I mean, for the people that are coming out there and, see the Rapids area that haven't seen this band, I'm being perfectly honest when I say this band rivals Ratt in its heyday. I mean, it's just really executed with great integrity, the music and the shows. We put a lot of emphasis on working on the shows, changing the song structures a little bit to make it more of a show instead of what would be the Ratt norm, which would be to just put a set together and boom, 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 and launch through the songs. Mm-hmm. The guys are incredible musicians. I love them to death, man. All we do is laugh. You want to know what we do? We laugh.
To hear Bobby say the band laughs together is a pretty big deal. There's been a pretty heated public court battle with previous members of Ratt, and it's safe to say that laughing didn't happen a lot with other lineups.
It is I enjoy being in a band again, to be honest with you. I mean, I was ready to just golf, you know what I mean? That's kind of what I do when I'm not on the road. I've just got to the point with Ratt where, man, it's just you lose faith in, certain people in your industry and, especially the band after 35 years. You can't trust this guy. You can't trust that guy. It's becoming just beat me down pretty hard, I mean, it all came down to the ownership of the name. Warren DeMartini, myself, own it. Juan Cousier, who just rejoined after 19 years, he's pretty much responsible for making Steven go on strike, if you will. And, the strike has lasted 6 years this year. And I went and jammed with this band, and they were so good. I'm like, I could take this out. And it took a lot of balls to do for me, a lot of, sleepless nights, because a lot of anxiety went with that, being the drummer. And, it was a big move, a bold move, but, the band was so great. And we, right out of the gate, hit it hot. Our first show was 4,000 people. We're doing just great business, and it's terribly exciting.
I talked to Bobby about Saints of the Underground, the 80s supergroup he was in with Kerry Kelly, who played with Alice Cooper, and Janie Lane of Warrant.
Lane and I went back, we took Warrant on one of their first tours, arena-level tours. That was in 89. Them and Great White were both out with Ratt that year, and both had great successes. Janie was always a friend. We golfed together. We hung out. Doing that record at the time, he was a little messed up in the outset of it. He was having not a great ease in his focus, but he pulled it off at the end. And believe me, it started out with great intentions and it kind of wavered. But I love that record. We wrote it in 2006, me and Kerry Kelly and Janie. And I recorded it and produced it myself in my studio. I was living in Houston for about a year, and that was the first record I did on my studio. And I just loved the record. I loved the songs. And the whole bummer about it is we never got to play those songs live.
What about that, playing with all these different guys? Who have been some of the highlights of your career? Different bands and different people. What's been some of your favorites?
Well, being a person that grew up learning to play drums in my bedroom to records such, everything from Beatles, Stones, Zeppelin, Grand Funk Railroad, Deep Purple. Montrose, the band Montrose was one of my favorite. Mm-hmm. Denny Carmassi was a great drummer. I learned a lot from him. I had an opportunity in 2002 to tour with in Ronnie's band. So that was a good one. Playing with Michael Schenker. We did that Contraband record back in 1990 with Cher Pedersen from Vixen on bass. She was a great bassist. Tracy Guns on guitar, and Michael I did it because Shanker's involvement.
Sure.
First and foremost. And at that time, Robin Crosby, God rest his soul, the great king, Robin Crosby, he was sidelined getting things attended to, and Michael filled his spot on our tour. So
that's awesome.
It's pretty cool playing with Michael Schenker every night.
And for the fans, you're the ones who buy the tickets. What can you expect at a Ratt show?
For the fans, thank you all for coming out for over the years. And please still come, because you will not be let down, because it really does sound like the record now. Unfortunately, it hasn't for a long, long time. I won't point fingers, but I think everybody kind of figures out when they come out what the problems are. But I just want to play, man. I want to keep Ratt alive for the fans, for myself, my family, for my sanity. I'm not ready to stop yet. I was, but now that I'm in a band that's very proactive and happy, it's just amazing, man. It's good times again,
And Ratt has a lot of hits. How do you choose the set list?
It's just great to have so much material to pull from when we play. It makes it hard, because it's hard to pick this song over that song and that kind of thing. So if that's going to be my problem, so be it. Let's have it be that, right?
Right, exactly. And with all those royalties, you're going to need it with some of that construction you got going on in your house.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. I've remodeled about 8 of the houses I've owned. I love doing it. I have a TV show that I'm getting ready to hopefully sign on Wednesday.
Nice.
Which will be in that vein. And we're shopping networks. We have a meeting on Wednesday. I hope that it's a done deal then, and we'll be starting to shoot here over the summer.
Looks like we'll keep our eyes open for a Bobby Blotzer home improvement show. In the meantime, Ratt and roll, baby.